of Kentucky, not the governor. The governor is out of town, was hopeful of being back, excuse me, hopeful of being back from Washington by now. He was meeting with Congressman Hal Rogers on issues dealing with SOAR, the initiative in the Eastern Kentucky mountains, focused on lots of different aspects of the future of the mountains of Kentucky, and could be here in about 45 minutes, but since we were ready to go, we're going to go ahead. He just had difficulty getting out of National Airport. As you can see, I am joined by leaders from Kentucky's research institutions, Dr. Eli Capilouto from the University of Kentucky and the University of Louisville's President Jim Ramsey. We're here to celebrate Kentucky's involvement in two initiatives that will help the United States manufacturers, the manufacturing employment, leading edge technology to become more competitive for the future of this country. I know many of you all have been following President Obama's most recent announcement where he rolled out the initiative that he entitled National Network of Manufacturing Innovation. That plan involves universities, private companies, and governments throughout the country, including the Commonwealth of Kentucky, the University of Kentucky, and the University of Louisville. So let me start with just a little about the initiative, just to give you some context. The University of Louisville is a prime player in the consortium of Midwestern universities and companies selected to participate in the Digital Manufacturing Design Innovation Institute based in Chicago. That was the most recent innovative center that the President announced just the other day. The goal there is to develop software, data management tools, innovative networked production processes that reduce costs and improve efficiencies for manufacturers. The University of Louisville will host one of the manufacturing and research sites. Through our Cabinet of Economic Development, the state will contribute more than $1.2 million to the project over the next 5 years. We want to ensure that small to medium-sized businesses in Kentucky get the opportunity to access these new technologies, develop technologies specific to their needs, and apply them to the manufacturing processes. Similarly, the University of Kentucky was selected to participate in the American Lightweight Materials Manufacturing Innovation Institute based out of Michigan in Detroit. The institute is charged with developing and deploying manufacturing technologies related to advanced lightweight materials and implementing education and training programs to prepare the manufacturing workforce. The ability to use lighter metals in manufacturing processes has implications for everything from fuel efficiency of cars to the safety of our military troops in battle. The Kentucky Department of Workforce Investment, the Kentucky Community and Technical College System, and the Cabinet for Economic Development will contribute a total of $2.5 million to support the UK Institute. Now let me tell you why these announcements are important. In short, our involvement will give us direct access to the most innovative manufacturing techniques available as those breakthroughs are being made. Kentucky businesses will be able to learn about these new approaches and implement them. Kentucky workers will get the most advanced training, and our students will be the first to learn about these new ideas. This will make our workers, our students, our businesses, and the state itself more competitive as we compete for jobs and investment and market our location and our skills. And as we all know, Kentucky has a long and proud history of manufacturing, and that industry has been a cornerstone of our statewide economy. And while there are some naysayers who like to suggest that manufacturing is dying, that assertion is simply not true here in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. In 2012, for example, 232 manufacturing facilities announced new locations or expansions in Kentucky. In addition, Kentucky's manufacturing employment has grown 9.7% since June of 2010, up from just 209,000 in 2010 to more than 230,000 in June of 2013. In fact, manufacturing in Kentucky is now the third largest employment sector. Nearly 1 out of every 8 non-agriculture jobs in the Commonwealth of Kentucky is in manufacturing. We now have 4,100 manufacturing facilities across Kentucky that produce everything from automobiles and aerospace parts to food, beverage, and paper products and everything in between. Total output, nearly $29.8 billion for the year 2012, which was the last number available for us in terms of manufacturing. That's why the USA Today ranked Kentucky 6th on the list of states where manufacturing still matters. The point is, my friends, Kentucky and manufacturing continue to thrive. The statistics show it, the nation recognizes it, and our Kentucky families are grateful for it. But the world is changing. And as the economy grows more sophisticated, our manufacturing industry must evolve with it. Manufacturing is no longer just inserting tab A into slot B, or tote that barge and lift that bale, or grease and grime and all that. It's a new day. There's much more science involved, more engineering involved, more research required, more cutting-edge technologies and techniques that need to be developed. This industry's ability to evolve will have a big impact on the continued relevance of manufacturing in Kentucky. Advanced manufacturing centers improve the performance of industry through the innovative application of technologies, processes, and methods to both product design and production itself. Or to say it more simply, to figure out better ways to produce better products to meet the needs of the world around us. The Advanced Battery Facility in Lexington, we developed with Argonne, is an example of just that. We're also fortunate that we've already been seeing the benefits of advanced manufacturing with General Electric's new energy-efficient water heaters that we brought out of China to be made here in Kentucky, Toyota's more fuel-efficient automobiles, and Ford Motor Company's retooled assembly plants, among many examples that I could set forth. What's important to note is that these particular projects and many others involve an array of partners in both the public and private sector, including our research partners at the University of Louisville and the University of Kentucky. And in UK and in UofL and with the Commonwealth of Kentucky, we are fortunate to have top-notch universities to help guide us in this evolution. To demonstrate the importance of the involvement of our 2-year budget proposal, the governor, as you know, has proposed and set aside $60 million to reignite from the general fund the Bucks for Brains program, both at our research universities as well as our comprehensive institutions. That proposal is being debated as we speak over in the legislature. So today, with these initiatives announced, Kentucky and its research institutions have been deemed extremely valuable players on a national level in the evolution of the manufacturing economy. These consortiums will elevate the profile and status of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and most specifically the University of Kentucky and the University of Louisville. And in the years to come, they will have tangible impacts on our economy, including creating jobs, advancing the skills of our workforce, and putting Kentucky and its businesses on the forefront of advanced manufacturing. Let me turn to Dr. Capilouto to say a few words, and then Dr. Ramsey, and we'll certainly take any questions that you might have. Dr. Capilouto?
Thank you, Governor. Great. Thank you, Governor Abramson. I don't think there are too many states in the nation today that can stand today with 2 research universities to celebrate this achievement. Last week, President and I presented to the House Budget Review Committee in Frankfurt our budget and capital request. After that, we spoke to the Rotary Club in Louisville. Next week, we're going to switch jobs. But at each stop, our message was the same. The University of Kentucky and the University of Louisville have an incredible impact on Kentucky and are integral to the health and ingenuity of the Commonwealth's economy. The state's 2 research universities anchor our largest cities and are helping lead the development of high-tech, high-quality 21st century workforce for Kentucky. Today's announcement is concrete evidence of our action. With the support of the National Network of Manufacturing Innovation and the U.S. Department of Defense, Kentucky's research universities are engaged in a collaborative, public-private research partnership in advanced manufacturing. At UK, with the support of a $70 million federal grant. We are one of 9 universities, including Ohio State and Michigan, 34 private companies, and 17 organizations that are part of the American Lightweight Materials Manufacturing Innovation Institute. To lead our contributions, and I'm so glad he has joined us today, is UK's Professor Wati Ching. He's going to coordinate several faculty and departments in our College of Engineering. And what we enjoy here in Kentucky is a collaborative culture and incredible talents amongst these different units, and I wanted to name a few. The Center for Aluminum Technology, the Institute for Sustainable Manufacturing, and of course the departments of Chemical and Materials Engineering. This consortium will engage human and intellectual capital and enhance our capabilities in lightweight materials manufacturing. It'll produce rich dividends for our research enterprise and Kentucky industry. Today's announcement also enhances the BEAM initiative, which emphasizes advanced manufacturing and regional collaboration on the I-64 corridor. UK is proud to be part of this bright future. I want to thank Governor Beshear and Kentucky's legislative delegation, including Senator Mitch McConnell, Congressman Andy Barr, and Congressman John Yarmouth, for their support of this exciting endeavor. This is the work of Kentucky's research universities, to provide research and development expertise and a well-educated workforce that's going to transform our economy. We are deeply committed to this mission and our role in an innovation-based economy. Thank you so much.
Thank you. The University of Louisville is proud to have been selected as one of the partners in the Digital Lab for Manufacturing, a separate lab, again funded with federal money of $70 million and private resources of $250 million, a total of $320 million. Again, this consortium or collaboration involves industry partners, number of industry partners, some stellar companies in the United States, including a great Kentucky company, General Electric, which has been an integral part of our community for many, many years. I tell a lot of war stories. I've been around so long and around this state so long, but I remember growing up in Louisville and when Appliance Park opened and the great positive impact that General Electric and Appliance Park has had in our community and the great revitalization that's taking place at GE now. As I used to call him Jerry, but now I call him Lieutenant Governor Abramson. But Jerry mentioned the jobs that we've been able to regain from China at Appliance Park, and we believe that this initiative will help partners like General Electric and Siemens and other great corporations be competitive in the world economy. I want to start by, again, Jerry, expressing our appreciation to the Beshear administration, the whole administration, for your support for our project and for manufacturing in general. Thank the Economic Development Cabinet and Secretary Hayes and everyone. They really have been an outstanding partner in working with us. And then, Eli, I want to congratulate you and the University of Kentucky. Eli made the comment that here we are, Kentucky, with 2 research universities, and the University of Kentucky is part of one consortium, and the University of Louisville is part of another. And we talk a lot about our competition between our schools, and we do compete. We compete for the very best students, and we compete on the athletic field, but we have over 100 collaborations between our universities. But today is an example of where the University of Kentucky has an expertise and a world-class expertise in an area that we don't have an expertise, but yet we have an expertise in an area that they're not an expertise. So that really sold us to be part of the University of Illinois consortium in Chicago and sold them on being part of a separate initiative in the state of Michigan. And when you stop and think about that, that really is pretty amazing. Lieutenant Governor Abramson talked about manufacturing, and historically we have been a manufacturing state. And manufacturing has been and will always be an important part of our economy. And the last few years, we've been through a tough recession and we've lost some jobs. And we have seen increases in productivity in manufacturing, which is good. But we've also seen that in some cases we have lost some of our manufacturing jobs to low-wage countries. Our manufacturing jobs will always be an important part of our economy, and they are good-paying jobs. And so it's important that our institutions do everything that we can do to help our manufacturing industry be as competitive as possible and produce their products as quickly as possible, as durable as possible, as cheaply as possible, to do things quicker, better, faster. And that's what it takes to succeed. We see this as part of our statutory mandate. 1997, the General Assembly enacted the Post-Secondary Education Improvement Act of 1997. And while it did give the University of Kentucky a specific statutory mandate and the University of Louisville a specific statutory mandate, the legislation was really a pretty simple legislation. It was about a better Kentucky. And it said that the universities in this state had a public agenda, and that public agenda is to increase economic opportunity and the quality of life for the people of our community and state. And our involvement in projects like this is an example of where we are doing everything that we can to increase economic opportunity and the quality of life. I want to recognize a couple of the people at the University of Louisville. This really was a great team initiative with a lot of support from a lot of people. And Eli had mentioned our congressional delegation and some of the others who really supported us in this effort and our community partners. But at the University of Louisville, I want to recognize Dean Neville Pinto and Neville, if you'll wave, and then Glenn Prather, who's one of our professors, led this project from a faculty perspective. Why don't you all come up here where everybody can see you and then hoot and holler for you. And Eli, where's your Dr. Ching? Why don't you come? These guys are the guys that do all the work. And, we get to stand up here and take credit for the great work that our faculty do, but the work of the Academy really is carried out by our faculty, and congratulations and thank you. And I'm going to brag on Glenn a little bit. I was telling Dr. Kefaluta, Glenn is a Kentuckian. He's from McGoffin County, and we visited McGoffin County a couple of years ago, visited the school there where he went to school, and you said your mother went to school?
My mother went to school, Sagerville.
And so not only is he a great faculty member and professor and really world-class in every way, but he takes his time to go out and go into the schools and convey that message of the importance of higher education and continuing your education. And so, Glenn, thank you for that, and you really are a great role model for people, for students in our state. So again, this is a big deal. The announcement, of course, made by President Obama earlier this week, but we're really excited to be part of the team that we're part of. We have a lot of core facilities, from a rapid prototyping lab. The clean lab that we have does work in nano and MEMS technology. Our Logistics and Distribution Institute, the work that we're doing in computer technology, that really made us attractive to being part of this consortium. So I think probably rambled on long enough here, but we really do see that competitive manufacturing sector is important to growing our economy and is a critical part of our mandate at the University of Louisville to be engaged in translational research that really does make a difference in our community and our state. So I'll stop there and be glad to help with any questions.
You want equal time? Are you okay? You want equal time? Are you okay?
I'm great.
Okay. Any questions? I just want to know if he wanted equal time. No, you did not. You did not.
I had more time at the Rotary Club.
These guys are a team. That's great. It's great for Kentucky. Yes?
How do you guys see these experiments coming out? Are we looking at ways that the university is going to find new processes for manufacturing in the state that they can then trickle down to, say, something that the community college system's doing and training what would hopefully be our workforce for this?
We'll get the real experts.
Both universities are going to be involved in developing these new technologies, but we're certainly not going to wait for trickle down to occur. We're going to make a proactive effort to engage the manufacturers in Kentucky to conduct workforce training so that that research is translated, so that we are contributing to the mandate of Kentucky's research universities to support economic growth and development.
And Kentucky has a lot of lightweight. Yeah. Kentucky has a lot of lightweight metals related industries, and we want to work with industry to solve their problems in a collaborative way. Yeah, thank you.
Any other questions?
Did Beam play a role in getting this started, or was this something that would have been probably happening outside of that confine?
When we put together our part of the proposal package, Beam was featured prominently. I think it spoke to not just the University of Illinois group that was leading the proposal effort, but also to the reviewers of the proposal, that Kentucky was a forward-thinking state, was already had a presence in this important area of advanced manufacturing, and I'm sure that when the reviewers made their decisions, that it played a big part.
I agree.
One other thing, when I start rambling, I always forget things, but this was a competitive process. We had to submit proposals that were reviewed, and it was very competitive. And I know with our consortium, the competition, and you can look online and see who the competitors were led by, but they were some outstanding universities and some outstanding teams. And so I know in both our cases, we went head-to-head and proved that we could be successful and compete against anybody.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you all very much. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Professor. Congratulations. Congratulations.